one and only, the marvelous one. But before we get into tonight's show, if you guys can do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, turn on all notifications so when I put out content, you can be the first to get into it. This is story time. I've been saying I was going to do a video on how I got into radio. But I talked about it a lot on my podcast. In the description below, it's a pretty dope podcast. Check it out. The Michael vs. Marvelous podcast. So, it was like, I'm going to say almost 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I brought some students that I was teaching to a college. And they was applying for college, and I didn't really want to be there. I was drawing up. They was like, yo, Michael, you're going. Take the kids. Don't give me any lip. I was like, bet. So we take the kids over there. And mind you, if you guys been watching the videos and listen to the podcast, you know I'm a diehard Minnesota Viking fan. So the radio guy he had a customized Viking jersey on. And I'm like, ooh, that shit is dope. The red cup, you know, I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. So I see him and I'm like, ooh, he got a customized jersey. So I approach him. Mind you, the Vikings was playing, I think it was a Monday Night Football game. I had on my Vikings jersey. No, it was Friday, but they was playing Saturday. Because, you know, they out in Seattle, they used to do Blue Friday. But I wasn't pertaining to that. Even though I like the Seahawks, but I wasn't doing that. So I approached him and I was like, hey, I like your jersey. He's like, hey, I like your jersey. We started talking about the Vikings. And I was like, we just got so caught up with Vikings. I was like, yo, so where are you heading? Like, I still want to talk Minnesota Vikings. He said, oh, I'm the general manager of the radio station. I'm like, radio station? He's like, yeah, the radio station right there. I'm like, I always wanted to be on the radio. He said, seriously? I was like, yeah. He's like, come back at this time. I'm going to give you an interview. So I come back, bring my headphones. I'm ready. I'm about to kill it. So he gives me a sheet of paper. He said, read this off. I look at it. Okay, turn it over, read it off. Today's Rock, 89.9, etc., etc. And they was like, whoa. So you go get the program director, which the program director came to be a douche, but that's a neat story from there. They both see it as like, whoa, give you a job. So they give me a job as a disc jockey. So I was just playing rock music. Hey, this is marvelous. You listen to Stone Temple Pilots, etc., etc. And then after a while, they start seeing that I was like giving relationship advice. I was giving advice. I was helping people out at the station. So they was like, hey, write a proposal. I think it's time for you to do your own show. I was like, woo! I said, but I want some guests. So I got some guests on with me. You know, we rocked out, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the people that I was with, they didn't mesh well with me because they wanted to just play music. I wanted to do more of the talking. I didn't want to water my fans and my listeners down with music. So, mind you, I'm still teaching them and all this. So I'm falling in love with radio. And the show's taking off. So as So as the show takes off, I'm starting to notice these people ain't compatible with me. So I, told them to mosey on the way. They went their way. I stayed doing it. Then I brought another guy on. Me and him, our shows was popping. But see, I'm transparent. I'm honest. If you watch any videos, it's genuine. It's from the heart. I'm not trying to do anything for clout. I'm not trying to be nobody. This is me. Call me Michael, Marvelous, however you want to call it. This is me 365 days of the year. I don't change. I stay the same. I'm a moody guy. I be in my feelings sometimes. But for the most time, I'm very genuine and I do everything from the heart. So we're doing a show and people calling in, people text messaging, and I'm talking about how I got hurt. He's older than me. I never got hurt in my life, etc., etc. But when we get off the air, man, that one girl broke my heart so bad, bro. Why the hell you didn't tell it on the radio? We are being honest. The people was knowing that you was a fraud. They was like, man, get him off the show. So some things happened, got rid of him. I started doing the show by myself. Things start to pick up. Then it's like, as things was picking up, I'm like, okay, I fell in love with this. This is what I want to do. It started to put me in positions and where I'm at now. Then I leave the station, taught myself everything, how to do podcasts, how to do everything. Because when you work at a radio station, for those people that's been there, All you gotta do is press one button. Press one button. Press one button. Everything is done for you. So when you leave and you gotta do everything on your own, it forces you to become better at respect your craft and become one, because you can't call an engineer. You the engineer. You can't call a program director. You're the program director. You can't call anybody because you're all by yourself. And I'm so thankful for the people that listen to the Michael versus Marvelous podcast in the description below. If it wasn't for those people, my podcast wouldn't be popping like it is. Make sure you guys go check out Clown Ass Season, episode 114. You know, I still to this day can't believe I did 114 episodes. Majority of them by myself. So when I tell people, it's not hard to get in, to do radio, to do media, to blog, to vlog, to do all that. It's fun. I actually love doing it, but it comes a time where you gotta start to collab. You gotta start, opening up. You gotta start doing things with other people, because at the end of the day, I can't keep doing this by myself. That's why you're gonna see me on podcasts. That's why you're gonna see me doing a lot of collabs, see me doing things like with other YouTubers, other podcasters. It's because I can't grow my brand just being by myself. I gotta expand my horizons. I gotta open up, and I gotta, do other things with other people, because I love it. That's the story. This is my story time. I fell in love with media, podcasting, creating content, YouTube, media, all that. Anytime I'm watching something, I get so inspired by stuff that I instantly go into creator mode. I was just watching some of the Minnesota Vikings about them getting ready for the regular season. I was listening to a podcast and I was like, you know what? I'm in cahoots with them. I need to get on my Vikings podcast and make sure I submit my stuff to them so they can listen to it and hopefully put it on their network. So I got motivated by that. And I get motivated by people's success. It's a lot of people that you see now biting the red cup. Biting the red cup, biting the ayo, biting all that. The headphones on, microphone on, sexy voice activated, like what it do. All my niche and all my sayings, I'm starting to see people pick them up and use it in different ways. Pay homage. You feel what I'm saying? If I take something from anybody, I'm going to pay homage to them. Okay, someone said, yo Marv, how did the red cup come about? The red cup came about is because, for one, I got blonde hair. For two, I wanted to have the red cup because I wanted to be a staple of me. And where did I see it? My favorite person, my idol when it comes to the podcasting is Joe Budden's. The Joe Budden podcast. So I seen him with the red cup, but he's not holding the red cups. So I was inspired by that. It's because that is what got me into wanting to do podcasts. What's his podcast? So I'm paying homage. And I always, if you listen to anything, I always say Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, The Breakfast Club, Joe Budden is the reason why I do this. Howard Stern. It's those people. I'm not getting on here stealing their things and being like, oh, it's mine. Everything I say and do on my podcast, I created myself. It's times as a sitting down. I have to find a niche. I have to find that for people can understand. Like every time I drop a podcast, I get a text message. Headphones on, microphone on, sexy voice activated. Like what it do. The ladies love it. Ladies love freaking Marvelous. That I like that. So my story time is way better is because I fell in love with radio, and radio is something I love doing. I don't see myself stopping doing it. Like I'm saying, this is the first time, 2019 and 2020, I will be collabing with so many people. It's crazy. It's crazy. So this is my story time. It's how I got in radio, a little rant I was doing and all that stuff like that. But story time is I fell in love with radio is because I seen my man Tom walking with the Vikings jersey. He had me walk into the radio station, and the rest was history. And now I'm here. I'm comfortable on the camera. I can look at the camera. I can look here. I can look there. I can dance on the camera. I can move on the camera. I can do it all. 7 months ago, I couldn't do none of this. I was on the camera like this. Yeah, okay, hands all out, you know what I'm saying? I can dance it all out, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, this was Story Time by yours truly, the one and only, the marvelous one. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell button, turn on all notifications. Make sure you tell a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a sister, a boyfriend, girlfriend, side piece, whatever, to come subscribe to the LOFM TV, because it's always going to be litty. And like I said, there's something for everybody on this channel. And like I said, I feel marvelous, by the way, and y'all should